What's happening, guys? It's Mike's Total Dragon channel. Day 2 of Heroescon is in the books, and we are starting day 3 here shortly. But I wanted to do a little video of some of the more, I guess, eye-grabbing books I picked up. I picked up a lot of stuff yesterday, but not a whole lot of it is really anything worth talking about. Just, most of the stuff I picked up was just the complete runs, stuff like that. But I did manage to pick up a couple of standout books. Before I talk about what I picked up yesterday, I'll have to say that my attempt to get Jerry Conway's signature was a failure. I got there. The con opened up at, I believe it was 11 yesterday. And by the time I walked the 10 minutes from my hotel to the con, the line for Mr. Conway stretched from one side of the floor all the way to the other, and then made a U-turn at the wall. So the line literally wrapped around itself. That's how long it was for him yesterday. So that's a type of line that you're looking at, 6 to 7 hours for. And because also he's doing panels as well. So Jerry Conway yesterday, I did not end up getting. I did not want to stand in that line, so I went right to shopping and picking up books. Birds of Prey number 8 is an issue that I needed, and I saw one earlier, and the guy had $60 on it. And I said, wow, I thought to myself, that's a lot. I said, I'm not really trying to spend $60 on Birds of Prey number 8. For those of you who are not familiar with this issue, this is basically what they call the date night issue. This issue has Nightwing and Barbara Gordon, or I guess you would say Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon, going out on a date. And it's really kind of one of the issues. It's really what they would call a fill-in issue, in that it is not particularly a story that drives an arc. This is just a real quiet date night issue. Lots of great character moments between Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon, where they talk about the moments that shaped them. Dick losing his parents in the circus, Barbara being attacked by the Joker. So it's a very fondly remembered issue by fans of Birds of Prey. But I didn't want to spend $60. It was not $60 fondly remembered. But so towards the end of the day, I was leaving and I was hitting this one booth up, and they had all books 50% off if you're paying cash. So this was in there with 3 other copies that were priced at $50. This was priced at $40. So I got this for $20, and that had me over the moon. So I was really glad to get this at $20. This was my steal of the con. This was another book I picked up. This was a variant. This is Chip. I think his first name is Chip. I'm not sure. Zerdy, Gambit, and Rogue. Just a very fun cover. Very beautifully drawn by the X-Men's best known couple. And at the same booth, they had this section for Zerdy, and this is the animated series Supergirl and Batgirl cover. This is kind of like an homage to the Batgirl and the Supergirl covers that are separate. So basically, they have in Batman the animated series and in Superman the animated series, there's a issue that has Batgirl on the cover, and there's the issue of the Superman animated series comic that has Supergirl on the cover, and he basically jammed them up together right here, which you see Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy in the background. Just another fun cover. Now this is a fun book right here. This is Darth Vader number 3. This has the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, and it had $40 on it. Now, what makes it when I say fun, it's in quotation marks, is this is a first print of her first appearance. And it was at 40 bucks. And let me see if I can find the other one here. Prior to that one, I had just bought a second printing for 40 bucks. I didn't pay any attention that it had second printing on there because I needed this issue. And I saw 40 bucks, so I picked it up. I said, damn, okay. And then I got to thinking later, this is the second printing. So then when I saw the first printing for the same price, I said, well, you know what, I'll just go ahead and pick up the first printing as well. And I'll just try it and move this issue here at a later date. So in one con, they had second printing for 40 bucks. Different booth, first printing for 40 bucks. Go figure. I found this cool Star Wars variant photo cover from Jedi. This is the big book I was looking for, Demon in a Bottle. This is the classic Iron Man story where Tony comes to grips with the fact that he's a raging alcoholic who flies around in a high-tech suit of death. And at 95 bucks, it was definitely on the cheaper side of a bunch of the other copies I saw. You know, I think I saw at one point it was at 150. So I got needed this book coming in, and fortunately I was able to find it for less than 100 bucks, which was about what I was looking for. And then of course I've got 2 copies of Youngblood #1. One of my little fun thing I've been doing is I've been slowly trying to fill a short box with copies of Youngblood, but I'm only paying $1 for them. So I think as of right now, I've got about 65 copies, and I've only spent $1 on each of them. So I'm almost there. New Avengers versus Transformers. This was just a cool cover. Spider-Man sitting on Megatron's finger. I just thought it kind of looked really cool, so I picked it up. And then here's another issue of Invincible Iron Man I wanted to pick up. And this was only $3 as well. So a lot of real good deals I was able to find. Pretty happy with my performance yesterday. All the stuff I picked up. Obviously, I wish the first appearance and the second appearance of Dr. Aphra. I wish I had got the first appearance nailed at the first. I wish I would have picked that one up first. But, you know, that's con. So today is day 3. It's the last day. I'm only going to be here for a couple more hours. Con starts at 11, probably around 2 or 2:30. I'm going to be making my way out the door, headed back home. So today I'm just going to be looking to see what are the best deals I can get. Last day of a con is always great deals out there, because the more merchandise people move, the less these vendors have to pack up and carry back home with them. So it's not unusual to see some booths absolutely blowing merchandise out. You know, boxes and boxes of stuff that were $2 on Friday, $1 on Saturday, now 2 for $1 on Sunday, or something like 50% off of all wall books. So that's basically what I'm going to be looking for today. It's really good deals. But all in all, I got to say, it's been another great Heroescon. I can never talk enough about this convention. It's probably one of the last conventions out there of this size that is 100% comic book focused. No celebrities, no voice actors, you know, nothing like that. Just pure comic books, writers, artists, and panels related to comic books. So that's why it's one of my favorites. You know, you don't get the celebrity runoff, no wrestlers, anything like that, which is fine on its own, but it does get to be the point where it's hard to find a con that is specifically for comics. And I'm glad that Heroes is able to fill that void. But I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.